This is Figment. It's an adventure game with just a little bit of combat, and it's set inside someone's mind. A little bit Psychonaut style, but not Psychonauts. We'll just have a look at it so you can see. I played through the first chapter, and so now we're just kicking off the second chapter where, I figured out a few things. I'm sure there's a lot more left to discover.
Cerebrum City. Remember this place, Dusty?
I'm not here for a trip down memory lane, Bird. I'm here to find that thieving bastard.
So, this game has got a very sort of childlike art style to it. For some reason, though, the characters say things like thieving bastard. So I'm really not exactly sure who the audience is.
Get up there and catch him!
So I don't know how well you could see that guy, because I think my head was blocking the screen. The whole world is built on these platforms. It kind of reminds me a little bit of Bastion, including the way, you notice how things just sort of give under my feet when I walk over them? It's a really nice little visual touch that only aggravates my acrophobia just a little bit. Go away, you jerk. I never want to play with you again. Todd. Okay, so this is where... So I picked this up in a previous level. This must be where we're collecting little memories that we find throughout the world, and I can review them here as I collect them. So, okay, so this is my little collectible repository. I guess this is going to turn into a hub world, if we're keeping my repository here. What else going on? The House of Nostalgia.
When the mind was young, everything was much easier, and it never rained. Those were the days.
Right, so this is going to have some inside-out style, living inside a brain jokes.
We should just burn down the whole thing if you ask me. It would make such beautiful fires.
I'm not sure why my brain is full of pencils, but they are some of the more interesting little walkways that I get to take. What is this? Is this a thing I can interact with? Guess not. Alright.
Damn stairs.
Oh, there's that guy. I'm sure this is a great
Now
idea.
I have you, crook.
Farewell! May your days be soiled in dread and despair.
So the reason I'm chasing this guy is because
It looks so strange.
he stole my scrapbook. I guess he's doing some kind of damage to this mine that I live in.
Mayor Relic!
Piper, you brought back something old and musty. Your presence brings me joy, old Dusty.
Mayor, what the heck happened here?
Trauma in the conscious mind. The nightmares have come unconfined. They've seized our lands without remorse. We hide in fear behind closed doors.
That's why the mayor sent me to find you.
Is this
So
guy
a few
gonna be...
nightmares escape the gate and you're scared, huh? I'm not your guard anymore, Mayor. I'm only here to beat that thief and get my stuff back.
You have been unneeded for long, my friend, but the mind now needs your aid again.
Yeah!
Needs my aid? Huh. The mind stopped challenging itself. I've been forgotten.
I cannot blame you for feeling so rotten.
So, do you know why the gate acts strange? We can't go through.
Too much fear came through the gate and left it in an altered state.
Enough gibberish. How do we fix it so I can get my scrapbook back?
If you must the gate traverse, the flow again must be reversed. Defeating a nightmare, I'll confess, should put an end to all this mess.
So beating up a single loose nightmare could reverse the gate? Okay, Mayor. Where do I find one?
A gangly author slinkered by and disappeared into freedom isles. Creative thoughts now drown in gas. This seedling here should clear your path.
Is this guy gonna be rhyming the whole game? Alright, let's grab this thing.
With all that rhyming, this better work, old man.
Wait, I'm coming too! I love the right side of the mind!
The right side. So we're going to go to the right side, and it's going to be all right-brained, and then we're going to go to the left side, it's going to be all left-brained.
Mayor Relic's house. Can't say I've missed coming.
You know, it makes an annoying character more tolerable if my protagonist also is annoyed by them. Alright, so she's at the right side of the mine. Does that mean that I need to head kind of eastward? Eastward like this, I guess. I should move my head in the direction that makes sense to the audience.
Hurry! Do something now! There's stuff to do! Come on!
That does sound like my mind most days.
Whatever. The mine's in a rough state, but what you gonna do about it?
So these are just all personality jokes? Or emotion
The mine
jokes?
is broken. We need order. Order is important. I tell you.
So wait, what emotion was that again? Or the House of Order? That's French for some reason? Alright. So I'm guessing this is probably the wrong way to go, right? Yeah, I don't have whatever it is would let me go in there, so yeah. Since she said the right part of the mine, that means I'm probably headed this direction. Oh, here we go. Aha, yes, seedling. So you can see this is like an adventure game because I've got an inventory. I've got to match the right item to the right spot.
Whoa! Like growing an idea.
Let's just hope it holds up.
Let's hope the metaphor holds up.
More damn stairs.
This character does not want to be playing this game. Okay, so I'm headed over to the right side, which is all full of musical instruments, and the left side's all full of gears and machines.
Ah, Freedom Miles. Isn't it great to be back in the creative part of the mine?
Nah.
Jeez, cheer up, big guy.
My guy's just a giant butt, and it's great.
Hey! Visitors! How delightfully inconvenient!
Who the heck was that?
Let's find out.
I don't have a lot of nightmares about coughing and being sick. I'm not sure. Plague nightmare. I mean, I don't know. I guess this is the right time for people to be having plague nightmares. I haven't traditionally thought of that as being a thing people usually have nightmares about.
Go away! I'm not coming out with that plague man just down the road!
Was that a Jamaican accent? How many personalities are in this head? Gross.
I'm the plague of fear of disease! I come with waff and rotten cheese!
Oh, what
These
the-
isles of mine thou shalt not pass! I bid you farewell with this wall of gas!
Okay. Oh, gosh.
Smell you later, boys!
That was the nightmare Mayor Relic was talking about.
You don't say.
All right. Well, got me a fan. Ooh. Little magic things. I'm not sure what those little magic things are for. They're supposed to be endorphins. They're like rewards for doing the right stuff. Okay, looks like we need a red battery.
What the?
What?
Look out!
Ew. Okay. Okay, so this is not actually that different from the previous enemy I fought. The previous enemy I fought was a large tentacle that would aim and hit me. Oh crap, I'm gonna die now. It would sort of have an elaborate anticipate. I would have to dodge its attack, and then it would become vulnerable and I'd hit it. Not that different from what I just fought. They're building on sort of the same basic ideas. So that's health, which I can recover, so at least, even though I kind of sucked against that guy the first time I faced him, got some room to recover. Good green battery. Okay, that's not helpful. I needed a red battery. Oh wait, here's a red battery.
There goes me bloody power!
That's right. Gotta take one for the team, mister. Alright, so... I mean, figuring out what goes here does not appear to be part of the challenge.
Good work. The mind is completely clouded by all this filthy gas.
Okay. Multiples of them. That was worth taking one hit. Okay, looks like I'm gonna take one hit if I just blitz them like that. And what's this?
Won't work. It's missing its handle.
Okay, so I need to get a handle from somewhere. That didn't do anything. That didn't do anything. Aha! Okay.
Holy molar! Teeth are falling out of the sky!
Okay.
I thought I overcame the fear of dentists a long time ago.
Okay, so these are not supposed to be nightmares like the nightmares you have when you go to sleep.
The stupid thing is stuck.
Give it a whack!
Oh, a whack, okay. There we go. So these aren't literal nightmares. These are just things that I'm afraid of. So in that case, yes, fear of disease is a really prominent fear that makes a lot of sense.
That should fix it.
Okay, so when I open one direction, it actually closes the other. So I can't just use the fan once and then say steal its battery, because the fan has to keep working to make the plague stuff go away. Bruh? Okay. Maybe that'll mean something eventually. Yep, we're gonna keep just stealing everybody's batteries, making the world a better place. Okay, so then we turn this. Yeah, so this is an interesting game to figure out because the puzzles are fairly simplistic, which makes you think, maybe this is aimed at like a younger audience. Except the character is kind of this jaded jerk who curses at people, and so I'm not quite sure what the demographic is that they're aiming at. Probably just casual players.
Persistent, are we? Well, for you I have a gift full of black death, red nose, and green gills. A pharmacy of bitter pills, drenched in sweat and with a scream. You wake up from my fever dream. Your blood is boiling, your headache split. You lose your lunch and smell like something nasty. I'm the sickness you cannot quell. There is no cure, you won't get well.
Do I just need to keep avoiding these, or... Oh, wait a minute. I wonder if I'm supposed to, like, hit those back or something. I'm gonna do a bunch of these. Okay, so I can't just hit it from any angle. I have to really hit it. Come on. What? There we go. He's just okay with this. Oh wait, I got distracted. Oh man. Yeah, this is one of those. Oh, here we go. Wait a minute. What? I was about to start saying the pacing of this boss battle was off because I felt like I was having hit him a lot.
That coward. He fled deeper in.
After I mastered the process. But since he cut out early, maybe the pacing wasn't that big a deal. Okay, now I've got a rope with a hook. What am I going to do with that? Right here?
That is a strange plant.
I'm not giving that away. It's not that.
Yeah,
That was an
what's
accident.
the catch?
Alright. Here we go. What? Wait, do I have to wait till he pops out again and then grab him? Okay, come on out. Come out. There we go. What? I mean, I guess this is sort of set in your subconscious where things don't have to make sense. I don't understand why that worked the way it did, though. The bright flames.
That's one smart apple. Prepare for liftoff.
Jeez, shut up and fasten your seed belt.
I'm not going to comment on that. Just going to look at a couple of things here. Alright.
And I was like, what? When the mine stopped practicing the ukulele. Waste of talent if you ask me, but...
Finally, we're here.
Oh.
The nightmare must be here somewhere.
So yeah, this game feels like it's meant to appeal to casual gamers, people who maybe remember the adventure games of the 80s and want an experience that's a little bit like that. But right now, just, you know, and they have like a good dose of nostalgia for when they used to play games as kids, but haven't really made room for it as an
Back
adult.
here, stink breath.
Gross.
That wimp never stops running, does he?
Nah, all nightmares are the same. Cowards.
There we go. What? What? Or maybe this is just, it's for whimsical people who like whimsical things.
Yeah! What?
Oh, nothing.
Alright.
Hey, Dusty, that tree bears a strange flute.
Yeah, but how to get it?
Why do I want to get it? What's it for? Why? More of these little guys. Okay, so. Oh, I didn't even see that guy over there.
Look, a flower.
Got it. What flower? Oh, what's this guy
This
doing?
barf rodent doesn't seem to stay dead.
Can I? Okay, that is not the way. Okay, I'm about done with this guy. Okay, I'm done. Let's go do something else. So I need to get a wheel for that. Let's look around somewhere else. Oh, wait. That's the way I came, isn't it? I think that's the way I came. So let's go over here. What's up this way? What's all the way up this way? More of these guys, huh? Oh gosh, he got to that quick. Dang. Thought I had that. Oh well. Oh, I need all three? Fine.
Anybody home? I guess not.
Should definitely get around like you do in Ocarina of Time. Just,
Mate, I put the kettle on.
just dodge everywhere. Alright. I don't think I have anything that I can put there. But, okay, that's where the wheel is, though. So I need to find some way to cross the bridge. It feels like I'm just sort of building up a sequence of steps in my mind of locks that I need to find the keys for. This game doesn't seem to feature a lot of sort of the complex inventory management that you have in games like, say, Broken Age, where you got to figure out weird combinations of stuff to do. It feels like this game is more about finding specific keys to put in specific locks, and you can just sort of cue them up in your head. At least that's what it seems like, though. Actually, right now, I feel like I might have actually hit a... I might have hit a dead end, actually. Interesting. Okay, so maybe my assumption that this game typically had very simplistic puzzles was premature. Alright, so I could go all the way back. I was assuming that each of the areas in this world was self-contained, that I wouldn't need to bring something from an earlier place, or from some other world to this world to make it work. But I could be wrong in that assumption. There's no reason why I should assume that. I just kind of made it up. Okay, so is there anything down here that can help me get across that bridge to get the wheel? Got a catapult. It looks like they put glints on all the things that are interactive, so you don't end up feeling like you got a pixel hunt. There's a little monster here all the time. I can't knock on this door. Oh, yeah, okay. Alright. Wait, is he killing that tree? This guy's gotta be part of a puzzle. Aha! That's why this one never died. It's because he's part of the puzzle. Well, that actually makes a weird kind of sense. And, you know what? It wasn't just a simple lock and key inventory puzzle. That's what I was kind of worrying about, is that this game was going to be mostly made of just simple lock and key inventory puzzles. But I actually had to kind of think laterally to realize that that enemy was actually part of a puzzle solution, instead of just being an enemy. So far, the enemies have just been obstacles that I had to overcome. But let's see if I can use the flute. There we go.
Stay tuned, flute.
Ugh.
Hey, yo! Thanks for fixing the bridge, bro.
So when I groan at the puns, I'm assuming that the writer actually kind of intended people to groan, so I'm not feeling too bad about that. Oh, hey there, Deathcrow. Thanks for joining me. So I've just picked up this wheel that I need to do something. I mean, I know what I need to do. I need to... Wait, where was it? It was down here. Is it down here? Not there. Ah. Here. Sick, bro. Okay, so what does this do? Okay, so it rotates this guy, and so now when I use the catapult, where do I go? Here! Which is where? Oh, a purple one, what? Oh gosh, okay. Oh, he's just aggressive, isn't he? Okay, let's just rush in this time. There we go. So yeah, so I started out thinking this was going to be kind of a simplistic adventure game kind of aimed at casuals, but I just encountered at least one puzzle that felt like it... Okay, I see what I need to do here. At least one puzzle that felt like it was thinking outside the box, and it's making me appreciate the game a little more as I go. Okay, so I'm going to need to have a yellow battery. Or orange battery, excuse me. Oh, hey, Avarice. Thanks for joining us, too. Yeah, so I'm sitting here dealing with the fear of plague, which actually feels timely and appropriate. And so all the enemies are just, like, disgusting and full of snot, and it's just gross. So we've got a battery, turning that on. And actually, we've got a platform here, too.
I can't go up that.
Yes, wait.
Way.
Oh, I forgot to grab the platform.
Ah!
Forgot to grab the platform. Over here.
Nope.
Oh, I can't... Wait, I can't pick this up? Oh, sometimes in the past, I've been able to pick them up off the actual elevators. Looks like this one is not making it available. Okay, never mind. I didn't forget anything. I mean, I did. Avarice asked me how I like the end of Ori. I am not yet at the end of Ori. But, if you want to stick around, I might get there before the end of the night. Alright, so I'm imagining... Oh, all kinds of broken elevators here. Okay, this is the one I can steal, but let's ride it up first. Okay, we need another orange one. Okay, so what I need to do is use the platform from this elevator to be able to get by that path without the orange battery. So I steal the orange battery, the poop smell comes back, but then instead of clearing that path, I use these elevators to bypass it. Oh, what's this going to be? So each of the enemies has a very specific pattern that you need to learn.
Certainly not.
Which actually feels kind of appropriate for a puzzle game like this. It's a... Because at its core, this does feel very much like an adventure game. Not like this is... As much as it looks kind of like Bastion, it's very different from Bastion, because Bastion is fundamentally a combat game, where it's all about your combat strategy, the way you build up your character with different skills and weapons to fight different kinds of enemies. It's all about the combat. This game, the way it's put together, it feels very much more like it is meant to be a puzzle game. And so instead of having puzzles that feel appropriate for the combat, it's got combat that feels appropriate for a puzzle game, which is a really... It's nice when somebody really knows what kind of game they're making. And notice the visual language they've got here. If they've got these brackets on the elevator, that means you can't take the platform from that position. Okay, stick the orange battery here. Endorphins!
The road is clear.
Yeah, let's catch that, fart-smelling, wimp.
Such clever insults.
Yeah, it is kind of messed up that these characters are vomiting something that's evocative of diarrhea. It's just, I mean, if you want to get deep into somebody's disgust fears, that's a way to do it. Oh, hey, Magic Man's here. Fall Down Go Boom is here. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Oh, I'm really kind of bouncing from world to world here. So my goal today is to just bounce from... Wow, there's just world after world after world. So I actually want to get through a lot of different games today. So I'm not sure how much longer I'm going to play this because, I mean, you know, if any of you are interested in playing Figment, I don't want to reveal the solutions to all the puzzles for you. But also, I've got a bunch of other games I want to play, so maybe I'll use that world transition as an opportunity to take a break. So that's Figment, and it is fascinating. The thing that I like about it is that it's a puzzle game that knows it's a puzzle game. It feels like it's figured out who its target audience is, and it's staying right in that zone. And, you know, it's full of puns. So whatever you think about that.